Alrighty, y'all. Grab your sunblock, grab a towel, grab some water. We're going to the beach. That's right. We're taking a walking tour. Look, I did a couple of these a long time ago, and they were really fun. I think if I remember right, they did pretty well. They had a lot of cool comments. I think these are some of the coolest videos on YouTube. I don't get to watch much, but I really want to start watching, okay? I think reacting to stuff around the world has been super educational and very just fun and interesting. But you know what? There's something refreshing about watching walking videos where there's no talking, there's no, showing you this and that with fancy diagrams or visuals, but rather just walking on the ground. It's like the most realistic view you can get without being there. Just seeing Australia, in this case, on the ground. It's something I'm very interested in. So I want to do a lot more of these around a lot of famous places around the world. It's really fun. So we're looking at Bondi Beach walking tour. This is, of course, in the state of New South Wales, very close to Sydney, correct? This is literally on the coast. Why wouldn't it be? And this is from a channel called IWrocker. This was suggested to me from Lifeguard11. Yes. On Discord. This has been asked by a lot of people to do walking tour videos. I think they're really cool. Oh, and by the way, that Discord suggestion was for a different video, but that had a lot of copyright warnings in the description. So didn't want to touch that and make anyone mad. So we're going to look at this one instead, and we're going to bounce around and use that link down below so you can watch the whole thing uninterrupted, as I'm going to be skipping around and not watching the whole thing. But here we go. Bondi Beach. I'm assuming this was not filmed recently, so probably in the spring or summer, as people look like they don't have shirts and stuff down there, so it must be warm enough, right? Don't think this was winter. Alrighty, so we are on a walkway with some elevation, and I'm assuming it's going to wrap down onto the beach. I believe I read this beach is, how long? I think it was half a mile or more, maybe 6/10 of a mile. So what would that be, a couple kilometers? It could be argued that it's the most famous beach. I'm sure some think it is and some think it isn't. But it's a good starting point, we'll say that. I like to see how many tans we have and how many sunburns we have, right? That Australian sun, I imagine, must be pretty damn strong at a beach like this. I would have to be super careful here. My arms and neck tan very easily, but if I take my shirt off at a beach, when we're dealing with my whole torso, I could get burnt pretty bad. Looks like a fun time, though. I mean, most beaches are. Kind of crowded, yeah. I mean, you guys can weigh in on if this is like nothing or if it's super crowded. I'm sure there's days where it's more crowded. But it looks like there's still room to get your own space. You got, what are these, like luxurious condos or something right on the water? I imagine those fetch some pretty good money, I'm sure. Okay, we have wrapped around off of that concrete down onto the sand. You can see the water is right underneath our feet here. And you can see the beach go all the way over here where my mouse is. Wraps around, so it's definitely a good size. Now, what is mind-blowing is that this is such a famous beach worldwide, I would think, right? I think a lot of people around the world know of Bondi Beach in Sydney. But what's funny is for Australians, this is like just one beach out of thousands, right? I mean, don't you guys have literally, what is it, like tens of thousands? Like 20 or 30,000 beaches, I think I've heard. So that's pretty crazy, right? So to some Australians, this might be no big deal. Bondi Beach I go to a bunch of other ones. That's the funny thing, right? But to someone international, this might be the place to go. It's just kind of funny how that works. This does strike me as more of a touristic beach, just like, say, you know, Venice Beach in Los Angeles. Very touristy. A lot of locals probably go elsewhere. South Beach, you know, Miami, again, very touristy. Whereas, you know, there's tons of beaches in Florida, so like that's a little fun. Oh, what are they playing? Was that pickleball or something? I have no idea. I don't know what I'm talking about. They're playing something. It looks fun. You know, it's funny for me watching this too because, you know, it may say American in the title, American Reacts or whatever. In America, you know, we have a lot of beaches, obviously, but not around me. You gotta keep in mind, I'm from Chicago. Now, granted, we do have beaches on Lake Michigan, which admittedly is like an inland sea, like an ocean. It's humongous. Admittedly, it's obviously not a true ocean beach, right? It's not the same weather year-round as you'd get in Florida or coastal California or something. And then I've also lived in the desert, right, in New Mexico, and there was no water there to be seen. So, I mean, I guess the whole state was a beach, right? It was all sand and no water. So I just don't have a lot of beach experience. But I have technically been to the beach in Florida, and I've been to the beach in California. Multiple beaches, but not a lot. If we're looking at my whole life, not a lot. Whereas some of these people might have gone for years to the beach. You know, that's not my case. So you can see as we get to this side, I don't know what direction we're going. I don't know if we're going like north or south. I don't know. But towards the beginning of the video, it was a little more spread out. And now here you can see lots more crowds, right? More dense amount of people over here. I haven't seen many sunburns, although I haven't been paying too much attention, but I'll keep a lookout for that. Right here, I'm assuming this is some sort of lifeguard post, although I know from watching, I can't remember the name of that TV show, Bondi Rescue, is that right? I watched that, by the way. It had an awesome reaction video to that months and months ago, probably 6 months ago, and it got blocked. That was so sad. I was like, dang it. I wanted that to be on the channel, man. Anyway, so I've seen a couple episodes of the show, just a couple. And I know they do have lifeguard stands, like you would find here, for example. But that's obviously a little different. This thing, I'm not sure exactly what it is. Some sort of beach employee, I imagine. Of course, with the colors and the markings. Although in Bondi Rescue, the show, I believe they were wearing blue, the lifeguards, weren't they? Not red and yellow, so I'm not really sure what to think there. Again, very crowded section we're coming up on. Lots of kids, lots of families, that's cool to see. And of course, we have more real estate surrounding the beach, so I imagine that is pretty pricey, right? Would be considered desirable in the real estate market, I'm sure. Any of you live on Bondi Beach watching this? Shout yourself out in the comments. That'd be really cool. Maybe we're looking at your balcony. You know what? Everyone looks pretty tan, I gotta admit. There might be some bird, you know, some glowing red in there. I'm not sure. But everyone's getting their tan on pretty good, I'd say. Oh, look at this. We got some big pits right there. Always fun, making sand shapes and figures. But yeah, this is a bit of exercise. Good exercise. Walking across that whole beach. There you get a look at the artwork. That must be the stroller parking. Very nice. Very Very cool. Very scenic area. No doubt about that. Now, my question to you guys in the comments, let me see. I'll look at this real quick, then we're going to end it because you can watch the whole thing with that link in the description. Real quick, I just want to see these. These are some pretty cool rock formations here, right? I actually really like that. I didn't really catch this. This is pretty neat, admittedly, isn't it? Very cool. Edge of the beach with these rocks. Very, very neat. So, what do you guys in the comments? Now, no matter your opinion, it's okay. It's all welcome here. Do you like Bondi Beach? Do you think it's overrated? What makes it famous? What makes it famous, right? I think part of it must be, from what I've heard, isn't it like very famous for surfing, of course, and of course tourism. But that's kind of the point, right? There's with thousands and thousands of beaches in Australia. What makes this stand out? If so, and if not, maybe it doesn't stand out. Maybe it's overhyped. That's the type of things you can tell me in the comments down below. Not meaning this in a bad way, but like seeing it, it's very cool. It looks like, pretty crowded. So it's got a healthy economy going, right? And it is a good aesthetic, but I'm not sure if anything crazy stood out to me, right? Compared to, say, some other beaches, right? Other than it just looks like it's fun, has some good energy, lots of people. But, yeah, what makes it so famous? I would like to hear what you guys have to say about that down below. Please throw a thumbs up and a like on this video. It will really help it out. I appreciate it. And, of course, subscribe to this growing, amazing community we have on this channel. I would appreciate that as well. Look for that description. This original video will be down there so you can watch the whole thing uninterrupted, as well as other ways you can interact with me, support me, stuff like that. Be careful at the beach. Have fun. Don't get burnt too bad. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker, and I'll catch you later.